Greetings and salutations. I'm Big Brother. I'm here with a little history lesson, guys, and it shows something cool that I picked up from the auction just last Saturday, which would be, let's see, 13th, maybe 14th, something like that, of January 2023. Yeah, this binder was in a box of authenticated autographs, which I was actually going after. There was a couple Star Treks in there that with the COAs, and I'm a bit of a Star Trek nerd, so I went after it. In the bottom of the box, I found this. This has a cool factor to me, anyway, of 10 on a score of 1 to 10. All the items in here are artifacts from the French Indian Wars. Quick search. For the past couple days, I've been relearning everything there is about the French Indian Wars. And basically what it is the French had territories, wanted to trade with the Indians in the northern parts of America, before America was America, by the way. And Britain wanted their shit. So Britain come over and eventually kicked the French's ass and told them they can't have any more territories. So now we got a bunch of British colonies. Somehow it led to the American Revolutionary War. One of the most popular people to come out of the French Indian War was George Washington. It's the the theater of war that made him very popular. He was blowing up on the social media of the day, as it were. He was popular on both sides of the Atlantic. It was the French Indian War that made him known. So yeah, without doing anything else, let's just show the stuff that's cool. Okay, so I started looking through this. There are 4 different artifacts in here, all from, there you go, French Indian War. Here's an ice creeper, which is basically a cleat you put on your shoe, and it helped them cross the lakes and the snow of the time. This thing is well over 200 years. The French Indian War happened between, 1754 and 1763. It was actually a smaller theater of war of the 7 Years' War. Yeah, I know that's 9 years, but hey, just go look the stuff up on Wikipedia or whatever. Try and do some real search and look at historical sites and museums, write-ups and stuff. Anyway, yeah, so this is a cleat. This is something that's not, I can't find one anywhere. So how am I going to make sure that this is authenticated, other than it was obtained from the estate of an antique dealer that collected all kinds of old stuff? I'm pretty sure it's real. Why would you fake it? It's not worth that much. I have my value put in mind of right around $100. That might be a bit much, honestly. But not that much off. This was purchased by this antique dealer off of eBay back in 2010. So, here I've marked off all the stuff so you can't see anybody's names and whatnot. You don't need to see who the seller was. I don't want you bugging the guy. But it does come with all the original paperwork. Here's some the iron spikes dug from Fort Crown Point. I haven't looked up Crown Point yet, but I have done extensive research, and I do mean real research, not just reading Wikipedia. I'm going to museum sites. I'm actually calling museums so I can go get this stuff authenticated and maybe learn a little bit more from somebody that actually knows. Here's a flint from a musket from that period of time. Now, here's the kicker. This was bought for $5 back then in 2010. I've looked them up now, and that's about what it's worth. These flint pieces are extremely common. And let's see. And here's a funky looking thing, right? It was dug out of Fort Ticonderoga in New York, which was the fort that linked the Americas to the North, Canada. That then, it was before we called them all those things. Yeah, this is a weapons holder. Is that what it says here? Very nice broadsword. Oh, it's a sword hanger. There you go. It was excavated in the 1950s around Ticonderoga, and the same goes for the others. Here, like I said, everything was purchased in 2010. Here is a priority shipping for a small box. They got it listed at $5.15. Whoo, that takes you back. As sellers and resellers, we can often tell how old something is by how much we paid for shipping at the time. It is a part of history, so to speak, not this kind of history, but this stuff is awesome. I'm actually, I'm not going to hold it in my fingers right now. I'd rather put on gloves. Okay, here we go. You say I'm wearing my gloves? This thing's over 200 years old. I don't want my oils and salts from my hand getting on this thing, helping to deteriorate it. I mean, it has been in the ground. It was in the ground for over 200 years and dug up in the 50s. So it's been exposed to air all this time. And as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't been taken care of properly. So yeah, this would go up between your foot, strapped on, and this would help you go across the frozen lakes and riverbeds, and that's what it says. And I have confirmed, I have seen these on past auction sites. I'm trying to get an idea of value, but I cannot find anything currently. There's no listing for these, a lot of these things currently, because they're probably one-of-a-kind things. I mean, there are more of these somewhere. Shit, they might be still on the ground. But do they come up to auction a lot? No. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why I go to auctions. You're not going to find this at a yard sale, y'all. This is awesome. I'm holding true history in my hands. Like I said, I've spent the past month, I'll just say, more than 24 hours doing research. I had to relearn French and Indian wars because, honestly, I forgot what the heck it was. And I'm glad I've expanded my knowledge now. I've learned about other things to look for from this time, how to recognize authentic things from this period. This is one of those things, again, that I'm going to have to call museums, and waiting on callbacks. When you call museums and such, give them time. Sometimes you have to call them once, twice. I've even had to call them back like 5 times. They got other things going on. You might be a crackpot, so you're definitely going to have to call at least twice. They don't really, they frown upon resellers because we don't know the true potential of what we have. I think that's a generalization of resellers. It's definitely not me. Here's some, iron spikes dug up from Fort Crown Point. Let's see, I didn't cross out the winning bid. Was $20 on this. That's about what they are now, because there are sold comps for these from a different fort. Does that make a difference? I don't know. I want to learn everything I can about this before I release it. I just may go ahead and sell this on my online auctions on Thursdays. OCS, Amber Ray. I'm highly considering just selling this outright. if I can get enough people coming in that actually like this stuff, Militaria, this one thing, I'm going to sell the whole binder, all the paperwork that I bought with it, all the pieces, you get everything. Starting bid on something like this, man, I'm going to have to do at least, I don't want to put a number out there because $50 sounds so low. It really does for this stuff. One of these things is $50. So there it is. Anyway, auctions, if you look hard enough or are willing to drive a long distance enough, you do get great deals at auction houses, unless there's competition there, of course. I was in a fight for the autographs that this was in, the box of autographs. And I'm not going to tell you how much I spent on that box, but it was a 3-figure number. So, yeah. Hey, cool stuff. There we go. If you know anybody that collects this stuff or might be interested in reselling, just contact me. Leave me a comment. Say, hey, I like this stuff. I'd be interested into it. I'll see if I can contact you. I have... just contact me in the comments below. We'll figure it out. I'm not gonna sell it cheap, but I won't charge an arm and a leg. It'll probably just be a big toe. Anyway, that's it. Hey, everybody stay profitable, and ta-ta for now.